Hello everybody and welcome to the Learn Dota 2 League, Season 13, Week 1. We've got the Defense of the Flat Earther versus MK-Ulty. We got Randy.
Hello.
We got Ocelot.
Yeah,
We got No Windrunner.
Damn, that's
We got
tough.
Kid Dynamite.
We do have Kid Dynamite, enemy of the show Kid Dynamite. Playing on MK-Ulty.
10 seconds remaining.
Is it Kid Dynamite or Kid Dying tonight? That's the question.
5
Got him.
seconds remaining.
Also, I have no idea who Meat Love X3 Tie for Draft is. We'll just have to figure that one out.
Run over me.
Maybe, yeah, maybe. Oh, did Run Over Meat ask X3 to draft him and didn't get it? That'd be funny. Because that's the X3 team. In her name, that's X3. So it's the X3
Yeah.
team versus two of his former... Yeah, he's on
What?
Mickle's team, isn't he?
Will hopefully go better than Spaz's last sack did.
Yeah. X3's team with one guy that nobody in the LD2L likes and another guy who everyone thinks is a Smurf. And poor Spaz in the middle of it all.
Seconds remaining.
Yep.
You know, he was supposed to be on the Quap Circles on the combination bean team. But got snatched up last minute by X3. With tall balls instead. No Windrunner, no Ogre Magi, no Huskar. Not surprised. I feel like with Huskar being as good as he is right now, every single time Kid Dynamite stands in, there's a approximately 100% chance he gets banned. Like, he was getting banned a lot against Kid Dynamite last season, but this season, it's like first ban every round, never let it through. People have learned, I think, from the good guys in Mage Tournament Season 2. No, Medusa either. That's very interesting.
Either. Yeah, Medusa's knocked out. That's, you know, I'm gonna be real here. In most games, Medusa should be picked just on value of what she can do. But at the same time, having Medusa picked inevitably changes the requirements for heroes need on both teams to support and to punish her. Like, it is a take it or you lose for both sides involved, for whoever has and doesn't have her.
10 seconds
Right.
remaining.
First pick Necro is interesting.
It's hard to punish. Like, there's heroes out there that can blow up Necro, Lena, Lion, you know, how it works, but it's really hard to punish him as for what else he provides outside of just his own self-healing shtick, you know?
Right. You can play him 2 or 3, I think, fairly decently. You could hypothetically play him 4, but, like, I really don't think you should be doing support Necro right now. It's just not a great idea.
Playing Necro 4
Yeah,
is like
probably mid.
Playing Necro 4 is like playing Lich without amassing any personal money for yourself or items. It's a failing strategy.
Team pick.
Right. Got DP up here.
We got the dead
Yeah.
green people to start with them
There
both.
are
teams.
mid's first pick.
Could be mids. I know DP5 is starting to become a bigger and bigger thing. We saw
Yeah,
that.
that's true.
We saw that in the Quap Circles versus Wheel Snipe Selly games
10
this week.
seconds remaining.
Might be seeing it here. Might be seeing a DP3. Might be seeing a DP2. I think DP might be one of like the biggest flexes in this patch because I feel like the only position you can't play DP at all is 1. Like, you really shouldn't do that. Everything else is probably okay. But you can make the assumption she's probably not going to be 3 this game.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that combo. Witch Doctor and Necro. That's scary. That is real hard to escape from. That is you.
Yeah, it
Your
is.
team needs BKBs and a pipe.
The only downside of that is that you're not going to be able to ult at all on Witch Doctor this game, or else you're just going to die instantly, basically.
5
We'll
seconds
see. It's only
remaining.
2 picks so far, and Underlord doesn't have the ability to interrupt Witch Doctor.
Team ban.
That's right, he doesn't. But on the other hand, if he puts the big pit of shit on your head, then you are not living that for more than a second flat, basically, unless you have...
You underestimate Voodoo Restoration.
You underestimate Underlord Q, I promise you, powers through that. It's like one of the
Dire team
strongest DOTs in the game. If you, well, it's not really a DOT by the traditional sense of the term, but if you stay in that area, buddy, it is a lot of damage, and then you throw the Death Prophet in there as
But
well.
Glimmer Cave
so
is a very common item choice on Witch Doctor too.
It's true, but I think it's actually legitimately so much DOT. I think even with the Glimmer plus the Voodoo Restoration, it's still tearing through you, and it's super double tearing through you if Death Prophet's around.
I suppose that's true. Or ghosts, not to mention her silence can instantaneously punish you for having thought of hit any buttons.
Radiant
So the downside is no Witch Doctor
Oh.
ult is coming out this game.
That Ursa ban tells me that they've got something planned. Do you think we could be looking at something like, say, Centaur?
Doubt it. I don't think people are picking Underlord or Centaur as anything but 3 in this league.
Yep.
5 seconds.
Usually
There
that
was
would tell
very
me.
rare.
Usually that would tell me Medusa's probably coming. People like to ban out the Rhythm.
Well, Deuce's man, so I would
yeah.
think TA maybe.
Radiant team.
Yeah, TA. Oh man, if they're picking TA on that lineup, they actually just got teed up quite a
Ursa is
good.
also a pretty common ban, especially with Huskar and even Monkey King for Phoenix, and of all things, even Undying.
Yeah, that's true. We do have at least 1 support in the pool there as well.
I will say I've heard of worse things than Underlord, Death Prophet, and Undying being in
5
any sort of
seconds
comp.
remaining.
Right, yeah, that's pretty nasty stuff.
Being
Well,
forced to stand still in Underlord's pit while zombies rip you apart and his fire's dropping on your head,
Radiant team.
that's a scary fight to take. Skywrath ban.
Interesting.
Skywrath is...
That's
Ooh.
another TA. Like
Yeah, that's another
TA's
TA flag.
I think this might be a TA1 game. Would be a bad idea actually, because funnily enough, MK-Ulty did a bang-up job for the Fence of the Flat Earther here by banning out pretty much every other hero that you could possibly want against TA.
By the way, great name for a team.
Yeah, MK-Ulty is pretty good. We actually our backup name, if we didn't go with Co-op Circles, was going to be MK Ultra, but like we couldn't find a way to make it Monkey King enough. Probably MK Ultimate was like our best best spin on it, but I think MK Ulti is probably better.
MK Ultra Kill.
MK Ultra Kill, there you go.
Team pick. Mirana.
Oh, Mirana. That's a solid pick all around.
Yep.
Shout out to Hollywood.
Who's not here today, not here with us. So one thing I was going to say before we started discussing the bans, Witch Doctor, no ult this game, especially with Mirana, absolutely not going to happen. The good news is, Maledict is going to be, like, super goddamn deadly this game.
Yeah,
like, so far,
yeah.
Maledict is ungodly.
Alright, on the note though, I will say that it's better to drop, in my opinion, his ult during pressured ganks, when the enemy is forced to flee rather than retaliate, and not so much in big fights anymore. Unless he's got a BKB, he can't afford to do it.
Yeah. And there is a very, very low chance it gets BKB in this lineup.
There are some good opportunities to drop your ult during general ganking, but I don't think I like that pick. That is 3 relatively squishy mid-level, like, just general pressure. I can't get behind VS on this.
Yeah, so far the VS is a big question mark. Perhaps the last 2 picks will make that make more sense, but...
If they get, like, Bloodseeker with these guys, I think I'll get behind it, but, I'm kind of on the fence. Like, VS plus Bloodseeker is sort of a classic, just swap and then swap again to force damage from Rupture, but that plus Maledict, Lifesteal. Okay,
now I get it.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
I was really worried for a second, but honestly, do you think they could still try and shoehorn something like, I don't know, Pugna in?
Pugna too, huh?
Team back.
I mean, hey,
Or
it basically
Pugna.
gives Necro a free kill. And yep, there's the TA. Not the last pick on the TA, actually. Then who's going to be their 5th pick?
It's actually kind of hard to say.
Like a playmaking one, probably. One who can kind of drive fights.
I feel like it's more likely that TA's one than it is TA2.
Actually, you know what? You know who'd be a really decent pick, I think, with this team? It doesn't give them much of a true pause 1. I feel like Grimstroke could be absolutely lethal.
Yeah, TA1, DP2, Underlord 3,
10 seconds
then
remaining.
Mirana and Grimstroke in your support lineup. That would actually be really good with these
Yeah,
guys.
I mean, just think about it. Just with TA's inevitably gonna get a Blink Dagger. Just have them blink on with Inkswell. Or hell, Mirana could just walk in with her, her Shadow, or oh no, just can jump in with the cat. DP under the effect of being swole alone while you're already silenced by Grimstroke's ghost is scary. I mean, actually, no, either team I think might be able to take a Grimstroke.
Now, and here's something to consider as well. Normally, there would be
10
one issue with the
seconds
Grimstroke on the Radiant lineup, in that they would be lacking out on
5
a lot
seconds
to
remaining.
utilize the ult with. But there's one really, really, really nasty skill that's even worse when you get the Shard that you can use with that Grimstroke ult, and that's the DP suck. DP with the double suck on that lineup, that is not something you want to be looking at.
Yeah,
You
no,
got
if you're
a lot
getting
of
hit
freedom
by
here.
that, you could literally hit the whole team.
I think they're picking one, or else I'd agree with you.
Because of how this lineup looks,
They got 10 seconds left on that final ban, and the only
I don't know.
Lena.
I don't like the idea of sending TA anywhere but one on this lineup, to be honest with you. I think she absolutely should be. Like, especially with Storm coming out.
Ooh. Next bomb plus Necro and Witch Doctor. That's actually pretty scary.
Yeah, and
Very hard burst and a big bruisey frontliner with Lifestealer. That's this is a okay, I gotta be honest. Dire Team, their whole lineup revolves around making sure that Storm and Lifestealer
5 seconds remaining.
initiate first, and that they come in to clean up the mess with Necro, Witch Doctor, and VS.
yeah, they got a great
But if
lineup.
the second,
for,
the second though that strategy doesn't get executed, they're gonna lose like 2 or 3 people in a fight minimum.
the good news is that they have a good lineup for making sure that it is as hard as humanly possible to actually get the reprisals off of that. Storm Spirit, of course. TikTok. TikTok clock. Void Air 1. I gotta be honest with you, I don't like that. I think they really should have just ran TA1 and had
Void
somebody
is-
else too.
I can guarantee you Void is purely for potentially locking down Storm and Witch Doctor. Here's the thing though, Witch Doctor might actually be able to get his ult off this game for more than 3 seconds because a bad chrono does way more harm than good.
Right. Yeah, I feel like they have such a small amount of things to deal with the TA here. I really feel like they
Yeah.
actually would have just been better off sending her one. Like, there's just
Quick question,
so
is
little.
it just me or does the arm animation on Underlord seem a little off?
Yeah, it's a little janky here. I think it's just because like the cosmetics is kind of not really clipping, like not really colliding right with himself. I'll tell you what's a bit off. I didn't expect the lineup on X3's team to look like this. Is this Spaz 3, X3, 4? Bit odd.
Yep, seems to be.
Not what you would expect for sure. Alexa Jax is definitely a pause 5, and it's definitely on the death profit this game. Of course, the guy everybody thinks is a Smurf is the pause 1, which is a good sign.
Dealer of Knives.
We got the
Not
kid
too many
Dynamite
games I
Lifestealer.
can really say I'm excited to see a Lifestealer pick, but with a Witch Doctor, Necro in the lineup, and Storm alone is just a threat.
They got a really good lineup for taking advantage of the Lifestealer.
Once again, though, I really feel that VS might be the weak link in this draft. Not the player, mind you, just the hero.
I think VS is basically here to do one reason. She's insurance when people are going in. You have the Lifestealer Bomb probably in the Storm Spirit, right? Lifestealer Bomb inside of the Storm Spirit, and then VS is there. So if you need to get like retreats out, right? You can swap Storm Spirit out of the line of fire, and Lifestealer can obviously just Q and get out of there.
Yep.
What's that garbage next to Lifestealer's icon there?
Huh?
You don't see that?
Little,
Oh, yeah, that's like,
it's a
yeah.
classic.
Yeah, that doesn't load right sometimes.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was about to be really worried for your hard drive integrity there, friend.
Nah, that's just like, that just happens.
Classic Source Engine. Speaking of classic, what if we're going to be seeing a aggressive jungle invade here? It kind of looks like we might be getting something working up over there.
Spaz is sponsored by LD2L. What a trooper.
Yeah.
It's the URL right in his name, so we don't have to say it at the end of the cast, but we will anyway.
He's got that iconic first point in his passive.
Take it easy on me, please. I'm new. Okay,
Oh.
Howler.
That's how it goes.
Yep, does not get this rune, just gets slapped out by the stuns.
Yep,
So has
2
to
for
walk
2.
away. This Void DP lane is going to be one of these lanes where they're not going to be able to do any sort of real harass, but like they can 100 to 0 you, I think. It's a pretty scary time if Void is lucky with his time locks.
Yeah, if he gets a good time lock off, or if you are... If she's a little bit ambitious... I mean, there's that word again tonight. It's just everywhere.
Yep.
Word of the day's real. Oops. Yeah, we got a bit of a trade here.
Yeah, it's
First
gonna fire a god
level!
like Matt here.
Oh, first level is in his W. I don't see that too often.
Yeah, it is a very brave thing to level.
I mean, hey, if your opponent is confirmed taking a skill to start with, and they like to spam it like, say, Necro does, you can get some good use out of it. And Necro doesn't, on his own, have a slow, if I'm not mistaken.
It's time for everybody's favorite part of the night, though. It's time for the roll calls, baby. So, on the X3 team with a really, really lame name, which I've already forgotten. You know, Defense of the Flat Earthers, there you go. Pause 1, Faceless Void, you've got Thirsty Banana, everybody's favorite maybe Smurf. Pause 2, you've got Howler, everybody's favorite formerly banned LD2L personality on the TA. Pause 3, you've got Spaz is a Spaz, currently on that Pit Lord. Pause 4, X3L47 on the Marana, captain of the team, not where you would expect him to be this season perhaps. Finally, pause 5, you've got Alexa Jax on that Death Prophet. Meanwhile, on the other side of the coin, on MK-Ulty, you've got a kill. Maybe?
God, no.
Nope. Shield.
So
I was
close.
about to say, you've got First Blood, but no, very patient with that shield.
Yep.
Unless you're really cutting it close here. These creeps are gonna kill you if you take it. Buddy.
Fine.
Storm smells blood.
And she's taking a trip back to spawn.
I feel
Yeah,
like that
gotta
might not have
reset
been entirely intentional.
Well, we'll pretend it was.
It probably
you know.
was, actually. Either way.
I mean,
So-
don't get me wrong, that creep aggro range is huge.
MK-Ulty, they're pause 1. Today it is a stand-in. It is enemy of the show, Kid Dynamite. Chasing down the Pit Lord here. We're actually going to watch this for a minute. Nah, that's not a
enough
kill out of
damage.
too low level. Pause 1, Kid Dynamite on the Live Stealer, standing in for, I don't remember who the pause 1 on this team is. Pause 2, Mickle, formerly of pretty good distinction of the Mage Tournament Season 2. And of course, captain of the team on the Storm Spirit.
Denied.
Pause 3, Godlike Matt on the Necro. Pause 4, Run Over Meat.
Oops.
Who loves X3. Thank you for draft.
Or maybe you
On the
remember me.
VS.
Could be.
That's gotta be Meat. I know he's on Mickle's team.
Yeah.
There's no other place he'd be. Finally, Peaches on the Witch Doctor.
So there you go.
I like the deny there. Ooh, oh,
Almost.
Yeah, that was a arrow that was definitely intended to kill right there. They were looking for an opening.
right. At
Yeah.
least intending to knock off that clarity, which would have been
I gotta
very
say,
annoying.
topic of mid really quick. Our boy isn't doing so good in mid here. Storm is getting a lot of last hits, and it's going so hot for
Yeah, Mickle is rocking
Yeah.
and rolling. There's one person in one place that affects TA this game. It's Storm Spirit at mid. Like, no, when this mid lane is over, Storm never means anything to TA again. And, it just really makes you wonder, like, I said it at the beginning, I'll say it again, I really do not understand why we didn't TA1 here. Like, when you and the enemy team collectively have eliminated literally every hero that even modestly counters her, like, why do this, you know? Definitely chainier.
Ooh, they're really going for this kill.
Very aggressive here.
Not getting the best look.
So I mentioned earlier, you know, the void here. He definitely he'd need the time locks to get a kill on this lane. If you get the time locks, you definitely can. But tell you what, this is not a lane that I feel like this pit lord really is going to want anything to do with. Like, for sure, you just want to get out of this lane and start team fighting as fast as humanly possible if you're this underlord. Lifestealer. Not only is Lifestealer not a guy you do anything about, but really can mess you up pretty bad with his between his feast and his Ghoul Frenzy. It just gets worse the more levels he gets too. Of course, once he gets 6, he is unkillable. Now, upside, you do make sure that he doesn't farm at all with his passive. That's good. Downside, you are a walking passive in this lane. All you do is make him miss latses sometimes, and that is not a great not a great upside when the end of your life could come at any moment.
I think the most miserable experience for an Underlord player has to be when you're matched up against a team that doesn't need attack damage directly to earn themselves their last hits, like, say, Bristleback.
We got our first blood here. Run
Oh,
over me
Storm's
gets
here.
Mickle's here.
run over by the DP. Forces a response from the,
Oh,
Void!
no answer. He doesn't have an answer.
Yep.
Okay.
Void,
Good
just
rotation.
runs out of gas at the worst possible time there. Very unfortunate for him. Good first blood, but not great for that to happen.
Better rotation
Yeah.
from Mickle, yeah.
I've mentioned it once, and I'll say it again now. It is a really, really terrifying proposition to have Storm enter your lane as early as this. Like, he's... I wouldn't say ahead of the curve right now, but he's got 40 last hits. Like, he's not exactly out of control, but he is definitely above where he should have been.
Yep.
TA did not perform well enough in lane. Not as a mark of detriment, mind you, just...
It's
a
a
lot
hard lane.
harder.
But yeah, Storm Spirit is like balling. He's got almost double the last hits. He's a whole level higher, like a full level at this point, and he even left mid for a while, which is not something TA did. Like, oh, we just missed another kill on mid out bottom.
You know, I just realized Storm just won mid by getting that that vest. TA cannot try to kill him without her stacks falling off with every attack now.
Yep, true.
Yeah, that's
TA just lost her lane, I think.
Well, I mean, TA lost her lane when she had half the amount.
No,
of
we're
losses
talking.
but...
she can't fight back against him now.
Yeah,
without
she
getting
can't.
herself
She can't even
killed.
exist here anymore. Is definitely correct, though. I will definitely agree with that.
His tower is pushed in, but Storm very much has the advantage. He can still pick his fights because he's got his. Oh, wait a minute. Oh no! If he got that, that would have been it. But TA might actually be able to pull something
for
here.
Storm Spirit.
Yeah, that's a good denial for his bottle there, but Storm might actually have to back off.
Yeah, he's actually gonna go to. He's gonna take the walk back to spawn. I haven't missed that.
He probably kills this tower while he's gone, right? I would think.
Potentially, yeah.
I think he let his team know just so someone can come in there and deny it if TA gets a little active.
Well, hopefully he did
Yeah,
anyway,
sure.
but apparently not, Bubsy. Apparently
there's no
not.
way he's gonna do it. I saw him ping it, I think, but
It's definitely one of those little things. Like if you had, I mean, the off lane is definitely in the
they're
middle of some
busy.
fun.
They are busy. They are busy getting baited into another two-man death. It might be. Storm, I don't think actually has a TP scroll on him, does he?
Necro's level 6, so they have to be a little more careful than maybe they would like to be.
I'm pretty sure Necro could just straight kill Death Prophet right now if he really felt like it.
He probably could, but he's definitely missed a kill top, getting kicked off the desk.
You gotta be careful, man. These kills, they happen at the drop of a hat.
God
Speaking
damn it!
of-
You know what? No, I refuse to accept this reality. We're watching both of these wacky kills. What happened here? Marana goes super duper deep to take out the Witch Doctor. Storm Spirit comes in from mid. Marana with the TA, by the way.
Yow, that is some damage. Ooh.
Yep. Storm Spirit returns, I believe, from the fountain there as well.
Yes, you did.
He is ready to go. Speaking of ready, Lifestealer is ready to start hitting jungle creeps. I think this is actually early for him.
I gotta say, I really don't like these new jungle creeps.
The pine cones, not a fan.
Not really, no.
Oh, Katie really likes him, so is that. Also, I missed another kill. God damn it. Should have been looking at the pine cones. You people are crazy. You need to start getting kills on screen, alright? Just think about where the caster is going to be looking at any given time and only get a kill if you're there. Or only die if you're there as well. There's also that. Anyways, I was saying, I think it's early for Lifestealer to be jungling. I mean, if he's just going for it for items, that's probably okay, but like, this
You
lane...
really do need a source of jungle items when your team is down.
Right. This lane is just so easy for him, though. Like, you really does not have a reason to go.
I feel like he could afford to
Not their
split
full time.
off. Yeah, I think he could afford to split off and just sort of take advantage of both when the lane permits it.
Yeah. You can definitely just, like, casually pop out.
Oh god, yeah, that's
GA.
Maledict too. She's already dead.
Yep.
But, yeah.
Void, I think Void was... He still is considering Chrono,
Oh shit!
but VS...
Oh no!
Oh, the save!
Okay.
And here comes Necro, baby!
Pretty.
Tamarana ult! He can't...
Oh man!
He doesn't even have Reapers, actually.
Dire's
Use that on something else, it seems.
Wow, that was close. That was close on both sides of the fight.
Yeah. That was a nail biter. Unless it was a, unless you were TA, in which case it was a nail getting removed her.
As a broom handle, that's probably going to go to Void or maybe Underlord. I'd assume
be
Void.
Yeah. TA coming bot to try and repulse the push here, while X3 is just going to chase his former captain all the way through the jungle. I'm really not sure why Kid Dynamite is running away from that. I mean, I guess because there's a stack over here, and this is probably what he's just going to anyway, but... Mirana here is
Mirana's-
just not threatening to him. Especially
Mirana
with,
definitely chose to get out at the right time, but I don't think she should stick around. Storm still has most of his mana, and he is exceptionally... Yep, here we
Yeah,
go.
the Tumblr's toy play. It's pretty sick.
Underlord's coming in for the assist, but it's not going to help. It's too late.
Yep.
The first time in my life I've seen a Tumblr's toy contribute to a kill, but
Spaz in major danger here. Put Lord is,
He's maledicted, and
Yeah.
thankfully Spirit's out of mana, but Necro sure isn't.
Yep. But he's,
An ult
again...
now. Oh,
Yeah, I don't know
Lord.
why he didn't ult there, to be honest with you.
He was just out of range. Mouse over the ability. Check it.
I mean, he was out of range at the end of that, but, like, there was a decent amount of time there where the Pit Lord was very low and he was kind of holding onto the ult there.
I believe it's because he had I think he had a raindrop on him that was nulling some of the damage. Why are you back here with... Oh, I think I got Void. But Void doesn't have ult! What are you doing here?
oh,
Well-
Pitlord's dead.
He got to use it after all.
I don't know what the play was there, man.
I really like that. It's just, Void shows up, watches Pit Lord die, and he's like, never mind.
NVM, bro.
I saw your fate the moment you were born. Oh, it really did.
I looked into the fates, and I saw... Uh-oh. Never mind, I'm leaving. I just saw my own fate.
Yeah, like a wild premonition and got out of there. Oh, he's maledicted
Still.
again. Witch Doctor's really putting the screws to this Thunderlord.
Unfortunately, Witch
And,
Doctor just got screwed by the Faceless Void and Pit Lord combo.
Yeah.
Just
That's
overstated.
roughly 2/3 of the kills in this game, I believe.
They just happen suddenly, man. People just walk right into the enemy team. I don't think they even think it out. They just go in looking for blood.
Yeah, look
Like a
how
pack of
fast this
hyenas.
is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
100 to
we
0.
looked at... Yeah.
He's got some very lucky time blocks here as well.
I mean, when Storm and Necro are in the equation, those are two heroes who just sort of kill you from half HP very quickly.
Right. And Faceless Void is a man rolling the dice. If that 17% chance nonsense goes well for
Ah,
him.
portal.
And don't even get me started on Mirana when she actually manages to land a long distance arrow.
That portal definitely should have been the should have been in front of where he was, like where he was going to run rather than where he was. Meat overstays there trying to get the dust
Oh,
off.
mama.
He's gonna live at least.
Oh,
Cluster.
the swap. Oh, good
Yep.
swap, but it might not be enough to change anything.
Oh,
goes
certainly
back
not
in,
if
he
Storm
wants
is
some of this.
crazy! Bro, you can't do that!
Oh, the
He's
ghost-
dead!
Oh,
Run over Meat
God.
gave his life for you, bro! You can't do that to him!
The cars make him play.
Cut your losses, Brandon. You just gotta cut your losses.
Wow. Centaur
God.
MVP?
Back off, bro. You're in way too deep.
The Witch Doctor.
Oh,
Taking
here
some
we
looks at
go.
this, but man.
Look at it go, man.
The wrong guy to jump out on. Yeah, but if you had
Yeah,
if
Storm
you had
got,
that armlet there, like when he jumped out, I think the Pit Lord's dead, but yeah, Storm there, that was definitely just like honestly, I hate to flame a guy. Flame a guy was very complimentary of last appearance, but like that was bad battle awareness, and this is not much better battle awareness, bro.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh boy. Oh, the panic. The panic double hit.
That's the only one who's gonna die from it. So there's that.
Another important
good.
tip for anyone out there that's new that wants to try Mirana, be very much warned. When you spam an ability key, you can cue your next action before the first one finishes. I mean, if you accidentally double tap that Mirana E, you can end up hitting it twice and jump in a really awkward direction.
TA looking rather dead, yeah.
Yep, just gets chumped by everybody and just melts instantly.
Now, I remembered saying that this Necro Witch Doctor combo was going to do work, and I was not
Yeah.
wrong.
I mentioned earlier, so far it's been more or less the case. Witch Doctor in team fights, completely unable to ult. Just can't do it. But the Maledict is just so much of a problem this game. So far,
I
fairly
guess
well
that's sort of
matching
what
with
he's
the calls.
banking on in this case. He's not trying to
Yeah.
get his ult out for damage, he's baiting stuns.
Yeah, no, don't get me wrong. That was the intent of the statement. Like, you know, if Witch Doctor is smart enough to realize that, and Witch Doctor definitely was smart enough to realize it this game, like, it's still your biggest asset, really. At this point in the game, you can make a big asset out of that.
Yep.
Necro going straight into Grease as fast as humanly possible. There's a bit of a comment I have to make here. I am of a firm belief. It is a controversial belief, but it is a belief I will stand by until the end of time. If you're a Necro, no matter what pause you are, go for Holy Locket.
That I can get behind.
If you're a pause 3, alright, the Holy Locket, like the ability to heal people with the Holy Locket, take it or leave it. It's whatever. It basically makes you 30% tankier. Because this is your health bar. This really is your health bar. Death Pulse, that's your real health bar. You make your Death Pulse better, you're making yourself tankier. Simple as.
Ooh, weird they're disengaging here.
Yeah.
Maybe they don't want to fight in Chronosphere. Okay.
I think neither side was very confident about that fight. Everybody just kind of wanted the other guy to go away, and everybody got their wish. But yeah. Death Pulse is your health bar. You get Holy Locket, you've got a longer health bar. That's pretty much as simple as that. You've got a longer health bar forever. You've got a longer health bar forever, and it scales better as the game goes on, basically. You know, you get your 32 Death Pulse heal at level 15, then you are, you know, even tankier. And guess what? It applies redundantly off of that. You know, later on in the game, you get some Spell Lifesteal, you're even tankier. You finish your Greaves, you're even tankier. You know? Very, very redundantly good for Necro. Even if you're not a support Necro, I think it's pretty much always a worthwhile investment.
Yep.
This is a public service announcement.
Anyway, meanwhile on top, it looks we've got... Ooh, no.
This is a big Murano ult here.
Oh, Storm is way
Weird.
too close to the fire, dude. He doesn't even realize it. He is about to die.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ooh, that arrow.
Whoa!
They were actually so confident that arrow hit, they actually blew the Mirana ult to go in on him.
Yep.
That is how hairy that arrow was. Because nothing came out of this Mirana ult, this is getting kind of bad for the Radiant. Yeah.
They overstayed their welcome. The element of surprise is gone. They need to bail.
Yeah, they do have the chrono.
They're all split up though. They're not falling for it.
Got the Reaper sight though.
Okay.
Okay, they're getting that at least. Yeah, Storm was too scared to go in.
Storm was scared to go in, and VS was not even in the area, unfortunately. VS was there and swapped the Necro out. That actually would have been the perfect minute for them, basically.
I don't think she has the cast range at this level.
Yes, hence why she needs to be there. Lifestealer not present for that fight. Probably didn't need to be, realistically.
Braun is dead.
Yep, just going down. No.
Once he's got Orchid, if your HP total is less
also
than...
deleted. Oh. No, but...
Yeah, if you got less HP than like 1,300, you're dead to Storm Spirit, basically. Oh man, this is a really, really rough encounter here. They're surrounded, but they can't really keep the chase up, and all they're going to get for it's VS at best.
Be funny if VS went through the Pit Lord portal.
I feel like Storm could pick off Void right now, but I don't think he wants to risk a bash.
It's a good turnaround.
Speaking of where, Void walked away again. If he had stuck around, Storm would have been too scared to do anything. Witch Doctor might die here.
Yeah, the Vessel, very well placed Vessel on the hunt to the Witch Doctor there.
Ooh, jeez, dead. Mirana almost dead again. Is Storm gonna go for it? No, he doesn't have the mana.
It's a very powerful Spirit Vessel game. It really, really screws Necro and the Witch Doctor alike.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
There's a reason to build Spirit Vessel and earn specifically on a lot of people, but I gotta say, right now, I'm seeing some of the most use out of it I've seen in some time.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be very powerful this game. You know, you either can inert Necro, Witch Doctor, or you can ruin somebody from being affected by either of them. You know, you can hit, a Lifestealer in a fight with that thing, and now he's not able to be affected by Voodoo or by Necro. It's definitely a strong purchase here. X3 using it very well.
I'd like to make the assessment, by the way, that I feel like we should take a look at the last hits really quick.
Sure thing. Here's the last hit.
Lifestealer.
We were looking at that for a really long time. If you look at the
Lifestealer, yeah, Lifestealer's doing real good.
Yeah, Void and Lifestealer, very much balling here. It's a great game to be a pause one. DA not looking so hot.
Man, I literally looked away for a second and she was gone.
Oh baby! Oh no, baby! This is the chrono you.
Wow.
This is the chrono of the year. Oh my god.
Chrono.
Void, marry me. Just so I can have the excuse to drag somebody that Chrono's that good in my games on demand.
Good lord.
That was, that's a Hall of Famer right there. We should start a Hall of Fame clip series. What do you think?
Yeah.
LD2 Hall of Fame clip?
Start with this guy who's probably a Smurf, yeah. See, I'm a caster, so I can get... See, I'm a caster, so I can get away with it by implying that I'm joking. Do I really mean it? Do I not really mean it? It's hard to say.
Speaking of hard to say, we've actually got some really unique problems here, looking at the team dynamic with the current point in the game. There's been a lot of fighting, but very little farming, and item progression is kind of stalled.
Yeah, everybody's just kind of sitting more or less at the same place they were 5-10 minutes ago, with the exception of Lifestealer and Void. They're pretty much the only people who moved at all.
What's that quote from the announcer from Pokemon Stadium? It's, how does it go? It's like,
both trainers have yet to make a move!
Yeah!
Yeah.
That's the one. That's sort of what's happening right now, and it's not exactly the wrong move. They need to be patient, because neither of these teams can really afford to go all in on a suicide march down mid lane and just try to go for racks, you know. But I feel like, as slow as this present moment in the game is, the back and forth kills just isn't really amounting to a lot of actual objectives getting done. They need a pick, not a team fight victory.
Okay,
Like
Void
this,
in
for
a
example.
little
Oh,
bit
he's
of
out of here.
trouble.
Nope, we do not have a basher on the Stealer of Life.
Nope. I think that's a good
do like
announcement.
that
You need
big.
one. Like, when you start getting BKBs out like that.
That, or one of the other in-heroes needs to build a Yules or something. You never know.
What, don't go for a BKB? Necro getting a little hammered here. That Pit Lord with the pipe of insight. Looking at the Crimson. Very, very good build choice on Spaz this game. Just going straight for the classics, straight for the auras. The one of the big things is, and not a lot of people really recognize this, if there is one hero in the game who hates seeing that more than anybody else, and that is Storm Spirit. Oh, got a big chrono up over here.
Okay, Chrono.
Oh
decent size
crap!
anyway.
That is a very dead Witch Doctor.
Yep. I guess the good news is they're not going to get anything more than the support for this at least.
Okay, Mickle.
Huh. Reaper's Scythe comes down on Mirana. Just knocks her right out of the game. Spaz should not be doing this. Okay.
See, that's the moment in the football game where you get the instant replay and you like watch the guy's head get stomped in or something. That was brutal.
And then the commentator's like, "Ooh, let's see that again. Ooh, let's see that
they
again."
they draw a bunch of dumb diagrams over. Hey, you can do that. You can do that. I think, can't you?
Not in a replay. We could do if we were doing it live. We can do a replay.
Oh no, dude, that's not good. Necro cannot afford to die right now.
Told you a storm was coming. Good voodoo switcheroo.
Oh
Just
lordy.
barely mistimes the Maledic. That's fine. We're getting the Aegis down on Void. It's actually looking worse and worse for this Radiant team, even though this started off looking really good for them.
Some good pre-positioning on
Great Witch Doctor ult is like the one time a year it's not going to get interrupted. Huh.
Okay, big.
Witch Doctor almost caught an arrow upside the head there.
Life Stealer and Witch Doctor actually looking for more. It's Life Stealer bomb inside Storm Spirit right now. Great timing for it. Goodbye, Mirana. Oh,
are they going to go for Underlord? No, I think they're pretty content with a 4.
Nope. Oh, that battle started looking really good. Like that looked really good at the start of that for Radiant. It looked like that was just such a cursed go. But they're having a very hard time keeping the Necro down right now. They really cannot get him. And without a good, nice, reliable silence of their own outside of what the Death Prophet has, she's dying first most of these fights. It's getting very hard to actually touch the Storm Spirit. Even when he gets low, he usually just has enough mana to just get the hell out of there. He's being good at making sure he has just enough to Vamoose. Speaking of Vamoose, we might be seeing TA Vamoosin from life here.
Yep.
She's committing though. She's doing good damage, but it's not enough.
Yep. Oh my god.
Void is patient.
Chrono in one.
Oh
my god.
They're all together.
Oh no! Witch Doctor didn't get caught in. This is a disaster.
Ding 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 ding
Oh, no.
ding 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 ding.
A slight miscalculation, but they still have the advantage. They just need to get rid of them. Yep. Yes. Get him. Get the Necro.
They got the vessel and the Necro. He's super dead.
Oh, he's dead.
Oh, and Lifestealer. Ooh, good play.
Okay.
Just jumps right into the VS. Doubly good there. Doubly good. VS is a lot harder to kill now, and of course Void is unkillable. Bad news for any Witch Doctor fans in the audience. This man does not have a
Witch Doctor
TP.
got away. Yeah. Oh no. Witch Doctor did get away. He got a. That was really lucky the way he was spaced out, though. That last second decision he had to turn back probably kept his whole team from potentially getting wiped.
Yeah, if all five, if Void didn't have to drop Chrono to get away from the, not drop Chrono, but you know, disengage to get away from the Death Ward, that was definitely 5 down. Anyway,
What
let
do you
me
say, man, gamer instinct.
let me talk some more about Witch Doctor getting caught and dying, about Spaz's build here. There's a guy in this game who hates seeing a build who looks like this, and his name is Storm Spirit. Let me tell you why, right? Storm Spirit relies on doing 2 kinds of damage, right? He does a little fizz damage, and he does a little magic damage, right? And it cumulatively adds up to be quite a lot of damage. But when you've got both of those auras, when you've got both Crimson Guard, and you've got Pipe of Insight, and bonus your Pit Lord, and therefore you have Atrophy Aura, what ends up happening if you're actually present in these fights, he wasn't actually around for that Roche fight, which is part of why it went so badly for them. Speaking of badly for them, goodbye Void. Gets eaten by the Lifestealer and the VS. If he's in these fights, Storm Spirit is just completely unable to do any damage. He's just, jumping around, just, dinking off with his magic damage. He's dinking off with his right-click damage. It's just like trying to shoot a tank with a potato gun. It just doesn't go anywhere.
Yep.
Oh,
Now, the
no.
bad news is, of course, that doesn't really matter if you get caught by 3 in the middle of the worst spot in the world. But
Historically speaking, when infantry get up close to a tank, they typically blow it up.
So, that is some bad
EA
news.
is really in a bad spot here. Should not be this close to Lifestealer.
There should especially not be this close to the.
Ooh,
That was a
DP
good
is getting
silence.
lots of damage in. My God.
Stealer is. He's got Satanic. He's just getting his entire bar back.
Middle tower is under attack.
Okay.
DP buying.
Of a disaster. They have Chrono to play with.
Middle tower is
They do, but look at how bad this lineup is for Chrono right now. Like, they're not in any kind of spot. They're smoking out for it. They got the 2 cores. Meat swap. Yes,
Swap.
baby, yes!
Ooh, there's the swap we've been waiting for. Oh no, Lifestealer silence.
Oh god,
no.
yeah, that was a great timing on the,
Necro can't even deal with this. He's out.
great
They
timing.
repel the enemy from their base.
Great timing on the DP shard. If that DP shard isn't there, they just lose that fight. They just all of those guys get out with no problem. But because Lifestealer ends up being feared there, just chain stun, he can't do anything. And again, once the auras actually come out, and I believe
Someone might need to actually split off and go defend bottom because they still have buybacks they could spend here. And I don't think they've got the ults to spend to try and fight this.
Hitler didn't actually buy back. He just came up at the perfect time there, basically.
No, I'm talking enemy teams that's got buybacks. Lifestealer is still up, and Witch Doctor just came back.
Yeah, no, I thought Pitlord bought back for the Rax defense there for their
I'm
side.
not sure if he did.
Yeah, he did not. I checked.
under attack.
So with the auras off the Pitlord, like it just inerted any ability for them to fight back. In fairness, not like they were really doing that there anyway. It's bringing in the Guardian Greaves now as well. He's just going to be unkillable. Like, legitimately, you have 5 minutes after this, and then you're never killing, like, anybody on this lineup again. You can actually turn and fight. There's not enough. Okay, now there is, but...
Radiant's
DP's got like another 40 seconds on her ult, I think.
Yep.
haste.
Good build on the Pit Lord there. Not like a 300 IQ, brilliant, build, but like in this game, it's so perfect. It completely it inerts the Necro really hard. It really can knock Stormsphere completely out of the game inside of a team fight. Only person it doesn't really do anything against. It doesn't do much against the Witch Doctor because this ignores your this ignores any source of damage block. It is the only thing it respects is armor. And Maledict into the magic resist. Usually that doesn't matter much.
Yep.
Oh
Rana.
no.
Just getting very bullied here. Just very dead. Got a great lineup for bullying the supports, but it's starting to get harder and harder to do anything about these cores.
Yeah, for sure.
The real test will be, when do they win a fight that doesn't go in the line of like when does Radiant win a fight that doesn't go in the path of Void Chronos and gets rid of enough VIPs that they just win the fight and all of Dire just like right clicks Fountain. Like when do we get a fight where the Chronosphere isn't like the Radiant wins, the Chronosphere isn't literally perfection, you know? If they can win a fight in that condition, they're in a very good spot. If they can't, if they need the Chrono to hit all the cores and for everybody to right-click Fountain and just die on their way out, that's not a good sign. Kid Dynamite is getting very scary with his build.
Shadows.
Yeah, he is.
You can see he's getting a lot of damage on that Desolator. Shadows are taking us. Necro is getting...
Arrow gave away a little bit of their positioning there. They know Lifestealer is there, but that's all.
Yep, the Dire here actually, MK-Ulty, kind of gathering themselves up, trying to wait for the smoke to come in.
Ooh, counter smoke. They caught out. Yes, might be dead here.
Yeah, yes.
Instantly killed
Storm's
me.
going in. He's after. Oh no, it's not enough. It's not enough.
Dink. Just can't do anything about the Crimson.
Oh no!
Oh, but he got Necro. That's worth it.
Yep.
It's Pustules bursting. Lifestealer not in a great spot. His entire team is gone. He's got the Satanic though.
Witch Doctor's coming in for the save. Here it comes. Look at it go. Witch Doctor, man, you need to ult. It doesn't matter. You need to take a stun for somebody.
Nope.
Dead. Uh-oh. That's bad.
That was too hesitant. Honestly, if you just throw in your ult out there and just sort of discourage them from chasing in on your team, that could have been a lot better.
Potentially. That was really, you could definitely see, you know, when they're a team right now, when they're 5, that's getting back. That's exactly what I was saying earlier. You know, when do they win the fight that's not just get all the core VIPs and then win? They got one VIP there, they got Necro, that's good. But that's not like team fight winning instantly good. And then when it came to the rest of the lineup, even though the rest of the lineup was still trying to fight, they still actually won through there in the end.
Yep.
Ultimately, gonna lose a melee Rax for this. Here comes Fitlord just to absolutely secure it.
Yeah.
Hello, mate.
That was a decent swap, but didn't really have to
swap.
follow up.
As good a follow-up as they could have, but same much. Oh, by the way, TA just casually solo and Roche with a DD bat in the back. It's getting so hard to crack the nutshell of TA and Void at this point. Like, Chrono, no Chrono. You know, all the TA tricks, all the TA cooldowns. It's starting to get very hard to actually take out any of these cores on the Radiant.
Yeah, for sure.
Pitlord is just making everybody just impossible to kill. DP herself, very, very difficult to kill. She's very close to drum boots. When she gets so, she's going to be killing people. Well, not killing people, but doing the opposite of that, saving people left and right. And even until then, she's been doing a really good job with the silences, a really good job with the spirit siphons. I think definitely, we mentioned this earlier in this set of recordings, how Warcarp had a performance in his Game 1 this season that I think kind of excelled anything he did in Season 12. I think this is excelling anything Alexa Jax did in Season 12 so far with this performance. Not really a standout game. We have X3 here, who's really been taking a lot of lumps this game, but on the other hand, he's got that Spirit Vessel. Every time Necro gets hit by the Spirit Vessel, they die. Anytime somebody who would be otherwise saved by Necro or Witch Doctor gets hit by that Spirit Vessel, they die.
Yeah.
And that, in this game, that's his role. And he understands that, he acknowledges that, he's been going off of that. Doing good for himself here. Tick-tock.
Okay, 3-man Chrono.
Weird how he ignores the Necro to go for the VS there.
I think his priority was a little off. Wasted.
The Reaper's Scythe on the TA shield!
That's what he said.
Lifestealer doesn't have enough to keep these two going here. I don't think he can take it long term. This is just a big incident of everyone's got the wrong priority target.
Yep.
Oh,
Everybody went for the wrong target on both sides of that fight.
Lifestealer going for the Pit Lord is a good idea in theory because he's a big HP balloon, and Lifestealer not only does a lot of damage to those, he also heals a lot of damage off those. So that's good. Downside,
Unstoppable force meets movable object.
yeah, downside. Pit Lord is not the only person in this fight, and you can't hurt any of his friends. Storm Spirit had to get an Aeon Disc.
Yeah, they just can't keep him suppressed.
Chasing him into spawn here.
oh boy. Time for found
Ooh,
farming.
good old from Witch Doctor. Wait, no, that was his shard, I think, actually.
Yeah, Voodoo Switcheroo. It's actually better as a Voodoo Switcheroo, because that means you're getting ult now, for
come
example.
Yeah,
But
come
even
on.
DP is so impossible to kill at this point. Only when the rest of her team is
Witch
gone is she
Doctor
now
persistent,
finally
though.
killable.
Keep Storm healed up, they can keep the offensive going, but I don't think Lifestealer's fast enough. He needs speed.
I mean, the problem is,
This, I think, is a good opportunity for Witch Doctor to get incentive to buy a drum.
Pit Lord looking very
Man,
dead
that
here,
is-
but man,
That is
taking an
that Maldives
hour and a
down.
half. Look at all this
Really
crap
cool.
Lifestealer has, and it still took that long to kill the Pit Lord. He is just
Kid
impossible.
Dynamite is giving it his best, but man, you gotta admit, that Deso is gaining damage really quick.
Yep. But even with all that damage on that Deso, it still is taking an hour and a half to kill that Pit Lord. He's in a very
See,
good position for
this
himself right now.
is where I recommend that Lifestealer get an MKB, and that, more pertinently, like I said earlier, Witch Doctor, I think, should be the one to get the drum in this case. Maybe the VS, actually.
Blessings.
The Witch Doctor be having his Guardian Greaves. The Witch Doctor not be buying any more items this game, man. I be
Yeah, that's
buying the
fair.
Guardian Greaves, that's it.
Yeah.
And the shard. I don't know if I be agreeing with that methodology, man. Especially when you have the Philosopher's Stone. I apologize to all Jamaicans. And also Grim from the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. VS is getting the drum boots here. Wait a minute.
Yeah, bongo boots.
Okay. I was thinking like somebody else is buying bongo boots, but now we're fine. Yep, VS is indeed. In fact, VS has the drum already, and Mickle the Pickle is just dead instantly. I actually dropped Crow on that.
No. Oh, good coconut, but it's not enough. The DP... the switcheroo! It really is a troll skill for the most part, let's be honest. It's just there to mess with people.
Void interrupted himself at that camp to TP to this outpost. It's a good little flanking maneuver here.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
What do you think the plan is here going bottom? Oh no, TA, no, dude. This is really ambitious. He's holding out. He doesn't have ult, but they don't know that.
Oh man.
Just dropping the hammer on that VS.
Still, they really need to be careful actually, because Storm's gonna be up in like 30 seconds, and he also has a buyback ready.
Yep.
Any one of them could just get dropped on instantly and potentially destroyed.
The downside is that if that anybody is in arm's reach of the Underlord, it doesn't matter what Storm Spirit drops on their head. It really is not going to be enough. At this point, it really does like
Double
every.
damage MTA coming in.
At this point, every single attack at this point
Ooh.
needs to be a considered effort. Boy, very brave, just mowing down
No
the
ult,
Necro.
but he does not care.
Yep.
My god.
How much time in that ult on Void?
30 seconds. He's not going to have any time for this. He does not care. They're still going to knock out all the racks. That's Megas. Mickle the Pickle calling the GG.
Yeah,
that is
that's
the
it.
ball
There he
game.
goes.
Earlier today, we casted the Bolodek versus Auto series. And in that series, I said that the word of the day was itemization. I felt like Bolodek's team itemized themselves rather poorly. I think in this specific game, I think the defense of the Flat Earthers, they itemized themselves very well in contrast. I think the the decision on the Underlord to just go all in on the auras, just go all in on Team Tank here. I know it's not very high IQ stuff, all right? It's not like the biggest, baddest, most original play in the world. Don't get me wrong. It's the stuff that I beat the drum on pretty much every game, at least to some degree, for the threes. But this game, just going straight in, and I think the order as well was really good. He started off, he got a quick as lightning pipe of insight that immediately put a huge damper in Necro's play. Like, Necro in the first 15 minutes of this game was a nightmare. He was just taking names left and right. Pipe of Insight comes out. Necro really never is that scary again. He gets to Crimson Guard next. Crimson Guard, now, not only are you basically forcing Lifestealer into a position of more or less uselessness until he starts getting loads of items, and he does at the end, you're also pretty much putting the block on Storm Spirit, and you can see in those late battles, even though this guy has a huge KDA, even though he has a really good net worth, or at least for how this match went for his lineup, right?
Yep.
At the end of this game, it was just like I said. It was just like watching somebody shoot a potato gun at a tank. It's just no effect, right? He was just coming in doing everything he could, and he was actually getting so screwed up on that combination of items. He actually got an Aeon disc there because he thought the issue was that he wasn't survivable. The reality of the situation was he was surviving the fights just fine. The problem is that he was doing like a tenth of their DPS, right? To that end, I don't think the Aeon disc was actually, it's great for the Chronosphere, but like there's just too many good Chrono targets, and you have too little to do even if you survive it, especially dropping the money into that, right? Um, then you have the Grease come out. You have that Desperation Defense to basically null the Reaper Scythe. You have the Desperation Armor to basically null what Lifestealer and Storm Spirit are going to be doing to you at that point. I like after he gets those Greaves, I don't know if you guys noticed this. I was keeping track. Nobody in his aura ever dies again.
Yep.
Everybody who dies after that point is somebody who's really far away from him. Very good. TA lunged straight into BKB here. She knows, looking at this lineup, this is a very BKB and you're invincible type lineup. Lunges straight into the BKB. Goes for the Deso and the Dragon Lance, not quite into the Hurricane Pike to get herself all that damage. Going blink, going all aggression all the time. Fight, 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 fight. In this scenario where they don't have a lot to stop her, a good idea. Faceless Void goes for items that'll help him stay around when the Chronosphere is not up, like the Eye of Scotty, um, and goes for a Nully there, which I really like in this situation, actually. That Nully is good for a lot. Death Prophet just charges right for those drum boots. Mirana charges right for that Spirit Vessel. It feels like everybody had a very good game plan in this game, and they executed it very well as far as that itemization goes. A very
Now,
good show here.
For
if I
sure.
could admonish something really quick, speaking of itemization, I'd like you to look at the two people at the bottom of the list here over on
Oh no,
MK-Ulty.
baby. Oh no, no.
That's good news.
God like Matt, bro.
Sad.
In fairness, he got those really early. I think this is a
Yeah,
pages, bro.
I think that this is the point where if anyone had to have built a Holy Lock, it should have been Witch Doctor.
It should have been both of them, frankly.
Yeah, I
It
suppose,
certainly
but
does not hurt
Witch
for
Doctor
both of
here,
them to
I
get them.
think, could really have made a better push towards making himself a BKB in the interim.
Yeah, potentially. I mean, I think this is just like
Hell,
I,
honestly, even at the minimum, just hear me out. Even at the minimum, an Aether Lens, just so you can cast your ult from like a bit further away from behind a tree line. Because if you have to like spend an extra 3 seconds looking for Witch Doctor in the trees or something, it'll buy you the time you need to get your ult off, right?
right.
Anything but a second pair of Guardian Greaves.
Let me. I'm just gonna say something here. A lot of people aren't going to like to hear this. Everybody likes Paiches in the LD2L community, I think, because Paiches often builds like this, and this is oftentimes what a lot of core players kind of want their supports to do. Literally only Guardian Greaves, and that is it. That was Paiche's entire inventory this game. All Guardian Greaves and Shard. That was it. Um, but like, this is definitely a scenario where like a more diverse item pool and more money just spent towards things that aren't a second pair of Guardian Greaves really would have gone a long way. And some more levels as well. I mean, look at that. Level 16. 10 levels. Actually, 11. 11 levels under the Faceless Void. 9 levels under the TA. Um, even 3 levels under the VS. 5 under the Mirana and DP. I mean, Pages, definitely. Um, you're a 5, alright? But there's a difference between, like, position 5 and no position at all. This game, you were literally a sack of wards. Now that doesn't mean go crazy and start buying 7k gold items and stealing farm and all that. Don't take that the wrong way. You know, a lot of people, they hear that and they say, well, then go the other extreme. I'm not arguing the other extreme, but definitely some more time around the waves at least, just a little bit more money in your pocket, and certainly um, a little bit more towards your own success, towards your own future. And I think you have a much higher game impact here.
Yep,
Anyway,
indeed. Actually, I got one more quick point to make. Lifestealer, I still think really, 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 really needed that Skull Basher.
yeah, it was definitely notable, and like there was a
Too
lot of big
many
kills.
times I saw Void or Death Prophet help Mirani to just leave a fight that he started.
Right? Yeah, he just couldn't keep people there. It's kind of the issue with Lifestealer as one is that he's one of those guys where it definitely feels like you need a million items. I do think he can fix that to a large degree, but that comes in your build, and
This
yeah,
is
an early
honestly why I
basher.
thought they were going to take a Centaur after Lifestealer was picked, because I thought for sure they were going to have someone to get Lifestealer in and out of trouble, but it was all him. It was either Lifestealer came in on Storm or Storm bailed him out, and it didn't always shake out that way.
Right? And I
The
know
enemy, I gotta say, defense of the Flat Earthers did a really good job of separating Lifestealer from his team at times.
yeah, they did. They did do a very good job. I think this was less Kid Dynamite played this badly, and more I feel like the X3
They
team played
appropriately.
really well around him. Anyway, we'll see you next time.